For the past few years, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Karl Pilkington have been meeting regularly for a series of pointless conversations. This is one of them.
Testing. Is that all right? Hello and welcome to the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
This is the worst chair I've ever sat on, and I've sat on some fucking chairs in my life.
Yeah. Are we started?
One.
Are we ready? Are we recorded?
Yeah.
Ready?
No.
Hello and welcome to a brand new series. What?
It's ridiculous.
I was getting all fired up.
Excited and motivated.
What are you talking about?
One. Just seems a bit loud, that.
Well, you should have sorted that out. Karl, are we ready now?
Yeah.
Well, come back here then, you dopey bald twat.
Hello? Yeah. I'll just sit like that.
Right, okay, ready?
So it was your problem.
Oh, Jesus.
Just this carpet.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to a brand new series of the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Ricky Gervais.
Hello.
Well, no.
Sorry. I was so excited to say hello.
Okay, right, okay. Hello and welcome to a brand new series of the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant,
Hello.
and the little round-headed shaven chimp that is Karl Pilkington.
All right.
While I was at my parents' house, they often, they keep clippings of things, if we've been mentioned in the papers. I don't know if you've heard this, Karl. In the Sunday Times, someone's written a letter about Karl.
Wow.
They can send in comments and views on things they've seen, read, heard.
Oh, excellent.
And this is what someone wrote to the Sunday Times. Who is Karl Pilkington, and why have I just wasted 5 minutes of my life listening to some of his cretinous thoughts on Channel 4? He asked, why are there so many dinosaurs on display in museums? Quotes, couldn't they just choose the best one and just show that? He summed it all up by deciding that we know too much. Somebody clearly doesn't know enough to know that this is a complete waste of airtime, showing no wit, intellect or creativity. That's from Wendy in Berkshire.
You can't have your critics. You know what I mean?
You've got to have your critics.
Of course you have. If everybody liked what you did, then you're not doing the right thing.
But think how angry she must have been to have bothered writing this letter to the Sunday Times.
Well, that's good.
I mean,
though.
you
It's made
really
do
must have...
It's all about getting people thinking. That's what I always say to you. As long as I'm getting people thinking about what I've said, she remembered what I said.
Yeah.
I'll tell you now, right? This, if I don't know if Wendy's, listen to this, but
Almost certainly not.
But listen, right? I was saying about the museums, right, and how they're big and everything, and they've
Brilliant.
got dinosaurs all over the shop. I read that in that museum, they've got something like 7 million bits of stuff in there. Right now, when I spend 2 hours in somewhere, just show me the good stuff. Don't be saying we've got 7 million bits, because there was a fella who opened it. Right, I did a bit of research on the museum.
What museum was it?
It was the London one.
Oh, the London one, yeah. Good.
So he's in there and he's collecting all this, bits of stuff.
What stuff?
Just whatever's knocking about at that time.
okay.
It seemed like
You
he
have
never,
researched it.
he never chucked anything away. He's like, I won't put it in the bin, pop it on a shelf.
Okay,
So
yeah.
he's put everything on a shelf in
All
this
right, yeah.
museum. Then as time
I
went
think you're
on,
going into too much detail, but just give us the gist of it.
No, but all I'm saying is he keeps everything. And if you keep everything, sometimes it'll be good stuff. All right? And a lot of the stuff was going missing, the good stuff. But people who set these museums up are just as crafty.
What?
The fella who found Tutankhamun, he was pocketing all sorts of fingers and stuff in his pockets on the way out. That had rings on them and stuff. So all I'm saying is, why is she having a go? She's
Hang on,
learned
wait,
something.
but we just gave you the chance then to defend yourself, and you just confirmed Wendy's point 1,000 times over. What was all this waffle about people nicking stuff? What's that got to do with anything?
Because she's having a go at me. I didn't nick
But she's
anything.
having a go at you for talking nonsense that's of no consequence, which is what you just did then.
What sort of nonsense?
But what was your point?
All right, then we'll watch Wendy's little programme when that goes out. Let's see what she's got to talk about. Sick of her. This is why Wendy's having a go, though, because you're not being open-minded. You're not thinking about...
But we're being open-minded to good ideas, to sensible thought, to intellectual considerations. We're not being open-minded to this utter drivel.
Yeah, but every invention is a bit... Who'd have thought the Frisbee would have caught on?
I love the fact that you think the Frisbee is the pinnacle of invention.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing.
No, it's an example of something that, if he was on some programme where you said, I've invented this, he'd go, get out. They wouldn't give him time of day to say, right, I've made this thing, it's out of plastic, you throw it about. What for? Well, you just chuck it about on the beach. What's the point? It's a bit of fun, isn't it? No, I don't like it.
That was an argument with himself.
No, but do you know what I mean? It's a popular little thing, and I'm just saying it's easy to put ideas down.
But you've never even come up with an idea as good as the Frisbee, and that's saying something.
I came up with a clippable mat that goes on a cup, and it's a good little thing. I haven't followed it through yet.
A what?
A clippable mat.
What's a clippable mat? What does that
Clippable
involve?
mat that you stick on a cup, so you can put your cup down on a table without having to go, oh, where's that mat? It's clipped to the cup all the time. And you put the cup down wherever you want because it's got a mat on it.
I think I've seen that.
But why does it have to be
haven't.
clipped to
No, I
it?
think
Why
I
couldn't it
have.
just be built into the cup?
Because,
So it clips onto... You've got our special cups. It doesn't
Yeah.
clip onto every cup.
no, but just the same way that every sauce is different. You don't say, oh, I'm sick of this sauce, it doesn't fit a mug. You use the sauce of that. I mean, I don't use sauces. Just don't buy that
But
sort
isn't
of
a saucer what you're talking about?
Kind of, yeah, but it's clippable.
See, Karl, when he disses all these great inventions and design, where he says you don't need them, it's just faffing, what he means is he's a little bit annoyed that no one's picked up on his ideas, like the clippable mat for the mug, or, I don't know, what's the one about the tie? The tie that had a pocket.
Loads of pockets. But I didn't come up with that. That's something I saw somewhere. It never caught on. I've never seen anyone wearing one yet. It's such a good...
It's not a good idea. It's
It
like
is a
having
good
a
idea.
carrier bag round your neck. It doesn't make any sense. It's a tie packed with stuff. You want
Right,
to...
imagine
All right,
this-
Frank, nice tie. What you got in there? Baguette. This is ridiculous.
But imagine the day that the tie was invented. There you go. Do you want a tie? What do you do with it? Put it around your neck. What for?
Well, I'll tell you.
What?
Because you haven't invented buttons yet, and it keeps your shirt together at the top.
Well, all right then. Right. We've invented buttons. We're going to stop making these ties? No. Why?
He's got you there,
There you
Rick.
go. Now, I'm saying, what are you doing with that tie around your neck? Oh, it's a pocket tie. It's a what? Pocket tie. What do you mean? It's got pockets in it. Oh, that's weird. What you...
So I've got pockets in my jacket.
Yeah, no, but hang on a minute. It's a hot day, innit? Don't want to put your jacket on.
Or a tie. Ugh.
Well, if you're going to wear a jacket, wear a tie. Leave the
No, I'm
jacket
not
at
wearing a
home.
jacket. I'm wearing a shirt. Got a
Give
nice
it a purpose. If you're going to wear something, give it a purpose. Everything has a purpose. A tie at the moment is just round your neck, keeping you hot. If you're going to be hot, carry something. Hands free. And everything's always there. A bag, put stuff in a bag, you put a bag down, you forget it. I always forget bags, that's why I don't like carrying them. You pop it down, you get up, you walk off. Oh, where's the bag? A tie, when you go in a cafe or something for beans on toast, you don't take your tie off. I don't wear a tie. I would if it had pockets.
Carl!
The country would look smarter.
Right, you have pockets. So what are you carrying in this pocket?
I have got spare change,
Yeah, okay.
which...
You're rattling around like a cow in Switzerland, just like...
I've got spare change. I've got like my debit card in there.
Right,
Maybe got me little front door key in one of the pockets.
okay.
Pair of scissors if you want.
Amazing. That's safe, isn't it?
Oh, that's a good place to put it, just around the heart area.
Yeah, and near the throat. Facing upwards. Brilliant. Karl, think what you're saying. So when you're on the beach and you just got your Speedos on, pop a tie on, go to the shop, do pop a tie on.
Well, no, you wear it in the appropriate times. But I'm just saying, if you're going to wear a tie, let's make it useful. Let's give it a purpose.
Don't wear a tie, it's alright. You do not need a tie with pockets. If you're wearing a tie, you've got clothes with pockets.
And it's going to be weighing your neck down. Come on,
not
Don't
practical.
go mad. If you're carrying anything big, you buy the scarf version.
Karl said the most exciting words. He said, I've had another film idea.
Wow. Does it star Clive Warren? Sell it to me like I'm a Hollywood executive. Sell me the film.
So what I was thinking is, I'm picturing probably. Well, it doesn't matter. It's not as fixed. It doesn't have to be this person. But I'm thinking Tom Cruise.
Okay. Cruisy. Yeah.
Excellent.
And the way it works is.
Do you know Tom, by the way, or have you got an in there, or
No.
no?
Okay, but you just
I think it's the sort of film
that would appeal to Tom.
he'd sort of be into. I think it would
Okay.
excite him.
Okay.
Great. Okay.
Great.
So
Have you ordered coffees? Did Did Cheryl get you a coffee?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thanks, great.
So
Are you hungry at all? Do you want to...
no.
No? Great.
So
Cheryl, I might have a tea actually. Cheryl, if you could.
will we wait for the teas before she comes in?
She'll
'Cause
just
once
sneak
this is
in.
flowing-
She will be very quiet. She'll be like a dormouse. She won't even know she's coming.
Okay.
You've got your coffee. I don't need tea. You don't want anything.
No, I'm fine,
Okay.
thanks.
Go.
Actually, I will have a tea, actually, Cheryl.
2 tea, Cheryl.
Thanks. Okay, go.
Right.
Thanks, Cheryl. Thank you. Thanks.
Is there
Shut the
sugar?
door.
Sorry, is there sugar in this, Cheryl?
There's sugar there.
'Cause
There's-
oh,
there's- I'll put it in there. Okay, shut the door behind you. Thank you. Okay.
Go.
All the way. Go.
Tom Cruise. I got Tom Cruise. That's what I've pictured so far.
He's just done Mission Impossible 7
Right.
in this film.
Oh, in the film.
So he's playing himself.
No, what you're seeing on the screen is Mission Impossible 7.
So if we get Cruise, he is playing himself,
Yeah.
and he's just made that.
and in this film, he's just made Mission Impossible 7. It's the future, is it? This.
No, what you're seeing...
Okay, what's this film called?
I haven't got a title yet.
We'll just call it Karl Pilkington Project 2.
Right.
Okay.
So
KP2.
you go in. The opening thing is Mission Impossible 7. You think, let's do this.
Oh, I thought it was just KP2.
Yeah,
I
I'm
didn't see
confused.
KP2.
Yeah.
Right, listen. So what happens is then it sort of pans out. You
Yeah.
see it's a telly.
Ah.
There's a bloke watching Mission Impossible 7. Right. His girlfriend's watching it going, oh, I love Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
He's there going, I can't be doing with him. He's
So it
overrated.
is set in the future, though, this, because we're assuming that he's made 7, so this is a...
Yeah.
How far in the future is it?
Well, when will Mission Impossible 7 be made?
I don't know. Probably about 2 years, the way it's going.
Right, so, yeah, 2013.
Let's not get bogged down in a lot of these things we
Okay.
can iron out, as I say, in the script.
So you see Mission Impossible 7 on the
Cheryl, are any
screen.
of those biscuits still knocking around?
Do you want to do this meeting?
Yes, I do. Sorry, he's a bit
Sorry.
easily distracted, but I will have a biscuit as well, sure. So, okay, I've been watching it. It's Mission Impossible 7. It's pulled out. There's a guy in his room, in his lounge.
His
with
girlfriend's
girlfriend.
watching it. She's
Yes.
loving it. She's a fan
She
of
loves
Tom Cruise.
Right.
He's a little bit niggled. He wanted to watch something else.
Sure.
She decided on the DVD. He sat there annoyed. I can't be dealing with Tom Cruise. I can't believe they've made 7 of these films.
Right.
He's a rubbish actor. I should be the actor. You know, I've been doing acting for years.
But he's not an actor. He's
Well, he is.
Okay.
But he hasn't quite made it. He's sending a lot of demos off.
right.
Forget
So
that.
he's a struggling actor.
So what happens is, next day they get up, right?
Yeah.
She's still going on about Tom Cruise.
Loves him.
Thinks I'm sick of him. Right? She loves him.
Got my biscuits gone in my tea. I left it in there too long because he put me off.
Just hang on, let me just
Bum
think.
twat. Can I get the spoon, please?
Yeah, sure.
Biscuit. Oh, it's all
probably
gone
the best.
soggy.
Soggy.
Oh, that's soggy.
Cheryl, can we get some more of those biscuits in here, please?
Do you want to weigh more? Or...
Yeah, I'd love to
Yeah,
hear
no,
more,
I'd love to
please.
hear more,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
conscious
Can
that Colin Firth's coming in. He's won an Oscar, so
So, what happens is, he gets so annoyed with his girlfriend liking Tom Cruise. He plans to kill him. So he sees Tom Cruise. He kills him somehow. Now it's some way.
Right, how does he kill him?
Oh yeah, that's
Right,
right.
okay.
oh, hang on.
So
Right.
he dies in the film in Mission Impossible 7. They're doing
Right.
that thing on the strings.
Right.
He cuts, he lands.
Right.
His body is in perfect condition.
hold on.
But how is she watching the
The
film?
film, yeah. Did they put it out even after Tom Cruise
No,
died?
no, sorry. He was filming Mission Impossible 8.
So he's okay. So
He's filming the next one.
They film the next one. Mission Impossible. Okay, sure.
He's annoyed. He's going, I can't believe they're making more of these films.
Right.
I can't get a gig, and yet
Yeah.
they're churning this crap out.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's on his springs,
On his wires, yeah.
on his wires.
Yeah.
An accident
Spring
happens.
sounds better. He's bouncing around.
like a baby clothes.
Yeah.
The strings cut, smash. Tom Cruise dead.
Right.
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 The bloke hears this on the radio, on the news.
Yeah.
The girlfriend's fella hears it on the news. He can't believe it. He's like, yeah.
Ooh.
Takes his eye off the road a little bit in the celebration. Truck ploughs into the car. Right?
So he's killed as well.
Well, is he?
Okay.
Okay.
Little interlude. Fades up. Comes out of. You're seeing it out of his eyes. You see his eyes sort of opening. Do you know when you're seeing it out of the eyes, you see the eyelids. and you see his girlfriend there sort of looking at him like a bit startled.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going, oh, what happened? And she's going, it's all right, it's all right. And he's going, oh, get me a mirror. She's going, I don't want to get you a mirror yet.
Okay.
Oh, hold on, what's going on?
You've had a bad accident.
What's he going to look
All
like?
mirrors out of the room and everything. He's just learning to walk. He's going, why can't I look in a mirror? And the doctor's going, no point.
Yeah.
Right,
No
okay.
point. You've got to get used to this body. Then he gets walking. It's
Yeah.
almost time to go home.
Yep.
His girlfriend comes in.
Yep.
It's her job to tell him the new news.
Oh
the
my God,
shocking
what
news.
is the news?
She says, there's a mirror, look in there. He looks in it. He's Tom Cruise.
Right.
Because he had his accident on the set. He had the accident. He ended up in the hospital.
Right.
Quick, we've got to act quick. This is the time. This is the future.
Right.
Where they use
Where they can use
bodies, all the rest of it.
So Tom Cruise is dead.
Tom Cruise dead. This
But
bloke
it's just a
Brian.
body, his body's squashed, but what's his name, Brian?
Yeah.
But Brian's brain is in Tom Cruise's body, just a donor body. He just happens to
Just
look...
happened to. That's how
Yeah,
it is.
it's just meat. It's
just
Tom-
like a lung donor,
Exactly.
a heart donor.
Yeah.
It's
so
just
so this is
timing.
Brian. He just looks like Tom Cruise now. He's got Tom Cruise's flesh.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Now, at first, initially, he's annoyed.
Sorry, just practically, who is doing the voiceover then for the?
It's Tom now.
So
He's
Tom's
acting.
sort of doing an impression of this actor.
Brian's inside Tom.
His
Yeah.
name is Brian, but when you look at it on the telly, when the camera wheezes round
Yeah.
and you see him sat in his bed, it's Tom Cruise.
Sure.
Right. Okay.
His girlfriend's over the moon because she loves Tom Cruise.
Right.
He's gutted because he couldn't stand him, he can't stand the films. He's thinking,
Yeah,
oh.
but he must be thinking, I look like Tom Cruise, one of the most loved actors of his generation.
No,
And he's
you'd
also a
think
good-looking
so,
bloke.
but he's not because he's in shock. Remember,
Right.
he was expecting to see himself, and when he looks in the mirror,
Yeah,
he's
no,
seeing
it must
someone
be
else.
shocking. Yeah.
So
Also the voices.
he's going, I can't stand this, and she's going, calm down, you'll get used to it. I don't want to get used to it. And she's sort of saying, look, you're alive.
Right.
Stop moaning.
Yeah.
Brian. Stop moaning, Brian. She's calling him Brian, I assume.
She says,
And
yeah,
Tom Cruise just had a sort of donor card that allowed his body to be given away, did it?
Yeah, it's the future.
Right.
This is 2013, Steve. Things have changed.
Clearly.
Right. What's his
but
girlfriend's name?
Claire,
Claire and Brian. Okay. Great. Just a different body, just a slightly different look.
All
Just
right,
like-
so
yeah, right.
he's seen that he looks like Tom Cruise. He's shocked, but he's getting used to it.
he doesn't look like him, he is him. When he leaves the hospital,
They go, all right, Tom. I thought you were
they're all
dead.
going, it's Tom, and he's going,
Really?
oh, yeah, and he's going, oh, I knew this would happen, it's doing me head in. So he wheels out, he's in a wheelchair.
Okay.
He's going, I'm sick of this. The other patients are going, Tom, I thought you were dead. And he's
Yeah.
going,
Right.
yeah. And he's annoyed. He gets in the car. He gets out there
Right.
and he sees a poster up on the side of the road
Right.
for Mission Impossible 8.
It's hold on though. It's finished. I thought he died while they were
It's
filming
not
it.
finished. But now, these days, he's shouting about films before they're made. And they're going
Wow.
brilliant and all the hype
But
and
they put a
everything.
poster up even after.
Seems premature.
No, the poster
Yeah.
was already up.
That
They haven't
seems
put it up.
premature, given that
Yeah.
a man
Well, coming-
died during the production.
Doesn't matter.
I've taken the posters down.
No,
but
it's
then I
all-
don't work in Hollywood.
Right.
So the poster's up there and he sees it as he's in the car driving past.
Yeah.
And he thinks, that can't be finished.
Doesn't make sense. Yeah.
They both look at each other. This is your chance. You wanted to be an actor. This is the chance.
Yeah.
Right.
Go back to the studio. So he goes in. Hello, you don't know me? And they go, oh, we think we do. And they go, no, you don't. I'm Brian. Tom
Right.
died on your film set.
Well, they must
Presume-
know that. They must know that
Tom
Tom
Cruise
Cruise
died.
is dead. Because his family must have been
All right,
notified.
if you want, it makes no difference. We can tweak the script.
So this is... Brian has turned up looking like Tom Cruise. He said to the film company, right, who must know that Tom Cruise died on their film set. What were they going to do? Were
They
they
would
got
have
the
had to wrap it up. They would have
Well,
had
no,
to
what
say,
you said, the posters are up.
yes, the posters are up before they've even finished
So they're
filming it.
cancelling the film until he walks in?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, so they are cancelling the film?
They're cancelling it.
Okay, so we're afraid that production has stopped on Mr. Possible 8 due to the death of Tom Cruise.
Hang
It's
on a
stopped.
minute.
What?
I'm Brian.
Who's Brian? Oh my God, you look exactly like Tom Cruise. Oh, have they done that thing where they put Brian's brain in Tom Cruise's body?
Yeah.
Ah, but it's not Tom Cruise. You can't act like him.
I'm
You
an
don't-
actor.
Yeah, but he was good because he was like one of the
Yeah,
best actors.
he's not that good. I never rated him.
Yeah, but a lot of people did. And he's
Yeah,
got
a lot
this-
of people didn't. So
Right.
let me bring in a new audience for you here. I
But
can bring
can
a
you-
bit to this.
Right.
So this, of course, gives it a boost because
Right.
The
people wanna
flagging
see- people
franchise
wanna
has
see how
been
good Brian is.
rejuvenated.
the
Yeah.
press, the news that's
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise and his new film.
Well, it's not Tom Cruise. They can't say that.
Well, it is, though. When you look at it and you go, oh, it's Tom Cruise.
Well, no, you got to say a bloke that looks like Tom Cruise.
The body of Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
The acting of Gervais.
Mission Impossible 8, starring bones and skin and stuff of Tom Cruise with Brian's brain.
I forget
Do
it.
you like Tom Cruise's face, but not his acting? And you'll enjoy Mission Impossible 8?
Can't be bothered.
Oh, Mission Impossible 8. From the people who brought you the first 7, and the hair of the bloke who was in the first 7, but with Brian doing all the lines. It's some guy I've never heard of. On the 7th sequel.
No, wait, sorry, I really want to hear the ending of this movie. Please let me ask questions. You had your chance to ask him questions.
Right.
So where are we? In a sort of 90-minute running time of a movie, where are we now in the film? Are we about two-thirds of the way through?
We're close to the end. I'd
Okay,
say.
so Mission Impossible 8 has been made. So what's the end of our movie? Not of Mission Impossible 8, but the movie you're making. What's the ending there?
Do we ever get to see him in Mission Impossible 8?
Yeah, but I think what happens is he becomes the person who he never liked.
Right.
And it's. I just want to get across the moral that who are we? Are we the people in our body or the people we look like? What's important in life? Is it the way you look or the way you think? And he changes because he looks like Tom Cruise. He becomes the man he never liked.
Oh, and what's his girlfriend think of this?
Who's?
Brian's.
She's loving it, isn't she? Because she always liked Tom Cruise. She's over
What
the
did
moon.
Brian look like? Who would play him in this film?
Probably. What's his name? The bloke who was in Cheers, probably.
Ted
Ted
Danson.
Danson.
Ted Danson.
So Ted Danson is Brian. So Claire, right.
This is so confusing. Because Ted Danson's supposed to be someone that we've never heard of, even though he's Ted Danson. And Tom Cruise is playing himself, the famous actor Tom Cruise, who is now inhabited by Ted Danson, who's not Ted Danson.
Ted Danson is Brian.
Ted Danson as Brian, as Tom Cruise, as Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible 8.
Forget it.
Wow.
Who's played Claire?
I'm up for you. You know, that's why I've come to you. I thought
There's
you'd
an
know.
obvious suggestion.
Okay, so-
Rebecca
okay.
De Mornay.
Okay, yeah.
She is so hot after the love of a brain or whatever it was called.
You wanna go where everybody knows your name is Brian.
Red Nose Day, Comic Relief, has come round again.
Yeah, Red Nose Day is obviously the very specific date in the calendar for the whole generic term comic relief, I think.
It's normally when the telecast happens.
Yeah.
People know that that's the day when they can dress up, do charitable acts. But of course, Comic Relief is a charity that's working all the time for disenfranchised all over the world. Have you always been a strong champion of Comic Relief, Karl?
Not really.
Why was I expecting that answer?
But I do loads of stuff without going on about it.
My gift to the world has been you, Karl, to be quite honest. I feel that you're the world's
I'm
now.
sure there's people in Africa going, we prefer blankets.
Yeah.
Doing a Wills charity, isn't it?
Is it?
Sort of.
I mean,
No,
if
it
you
is.
make a donation to a charity within the will, I suppose that's quite charitable. But
Do you
just
mean-
giving money to your relatives isn't, is it?
Of course it is.
Well,
They
it
shouldn't
is.
have
It's-
it.
They're
They
getting
shouldn't-
something for nothing, but it's... I mean, I don't know. It's giving something away that you have no use for.
Exactly.
Yeah,
mean,
but forget that. It's someone is getting something when
Yeah.
they've done nothing for it, really.
Well, it is. I suppose it is charity, but charity is usually infused with some sort of altruism. It's like it's not charity on your part because you're literally not around anymore. So it's no longer you giving it. It's just some
Yeah, but
money
I
that
could
there
either
was.
give it them or not give it them. Once I'm dead and I've turned to mush, I shouldn't be worrying about Suzanne's mum getting a table.
Is that
you
what you're
know-
leaving her?
Well, I've called up my dad first.
Why are you
and said-
doing a will for the show?
Because of this travel thing that I'm
Right, yeah.
doing, and it can get dangerous, you know.
But why haven't you done a will up to now?
Because you sort of, I don't know, I felt sort of young and free. Whereas now, I'm...
That's never 2 words I've associated with Karl.
No.
He's always seemed like a man who's in his late 50s.
Yeah,
and
exactly,
I've certainly
yeah.
never the idea that you're free.
It's more-
Even if we're just talking about the head alone, it's the head of a late 50-year-old.
Free of hair.
Yeah, totally free of fucking hair.
I'm sort of getting on first name terms with my doctor.
Oh, really?
Chatting more. Oh, what is it this time?
How's your middle finger?
You
Not
know.
too bad, Karl.
All that sort of thing. So it's just made me think.
Have you had that done for the will, by the way, for insurance
I think
and
you
stuff?
need to, don't you, for a will?
I think you do.
There's nothing on the
prostate
paper.
exam.
No.
No, listen, for insurance purposes, I think you need to have a testicular exam for testicular cancer. You're just leaving the high risk for testicular cancer, actually, and you're entering the high risk for prostate cancer.
And you can have both at the same time.
You could have both
the
at the same
examination
time,
at the same time.
if he's a very dexterous doctor.
I wouldn't want that.
Why? Too much like...
It's just too much going on. It's like someone juggling you.
Yeah, it's like being examined by Squiddly Diddly.
And so you said you called up your dad.
Called him up. I said, "Is there anything you want if I die?"
Right. And presumably, you know, Suzanne, she's getting the lion's share.
She is. But then the fella who was on the end of the phone talking us through it all was going, "Oh, you should get married." I was going, "Oh, shut up." He's saying, "Well, it make things a lot easier when it comes to this." And it's like, well, that isn't a reason to get married, is it?
Well,
So she can have all my stuff. I said, "I've wrote on a bit of paper that she can have it. But it's something about tax. If you're not married, you have to hand over more. I think you get so much, and then it's like ridiculous tax rate."
yeah.
But she's going, "That's why we should get married. I'm going to be paying tax." I'm going, hang on a minute. She's already like thinking about money loss instead of me disappearing.
Yeah.
She's going, "Yeah, we should." I said, "Look, you'll be getting a load of money." I said, "If I die on this programme anyway, I'm insured. You'll be
Yeah.
getting about £1 million for that."
Yeah,
I said, "So that's something you haven't got now.
yeah,
Got nowhere near that now." I said, "So even if you have to pay tax on that,
yeah.
I don't think it'd be right to get married just in case I get killed."
Have your two sets of parents met?
No.
That'd be good, would it?
Well, I suppose it's the reason to, isn't it? At least if you're getting married, there's a reason for them to meet. At the moment, there's no reason for them to meet. They'd get on each other's nerves. My dad wouldn't get on with a man.
Right.
Just wouldn't. She doesn't like me, so she won't like me dad. Because he's just an exaggerated version. So, I think it doesn't need to happen.
But you could just nip down the registry office, get it done and dusted, and you just phone up your folks and say, "It's already happened."
I
it's too
said
late."
that. I said, "Listen, if we had to do it," I said, if it was like we'd got to do it for some reason, I said, "I'd do that. We can have it done by 2, you can be back in work for 3. Because at the end of the day, there's no, you know, we've known each other for years.
Yeah.
We're not going to suddenly turn into some sort of Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan film just because we've got married.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same, exactly the same.
Yeah. Me and Jane were out with them and Suzanne the other night, right, at dinner, and honestly, he is so grumpy. He was saying about for Christmas, right? He said, "You've had a flaw." You've had a flaw. Now, what did that mean?
We had a new floor put in
But how is that her flaw?
because she wanted it.
But you walk on it too.
I paid for it. I don't understand what
But
you
don't
mean.
you understand that, like, you know, a romantic break or clothes or perfumes, you know, sort of things that are kind of indulgent for a lady. That's a gift, not
Yeah.
a new floor.
That is like something that you give to some little African fella on Comic Relief. In fact, I think I saw it once. He didn't have a floor.
Exactly.
They built him a floor. I remember watching it with you, and they gave him a new pair of shoes and the floor. He went, "Hold on, floor or shoes, not both." So you think charity is all right as long as people don't get above their station with charity,
I think it should be there as a little booster.
right?
They've always got their hand out.
Right.
And it's been like that since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid, people knocking on the door, my mum going, "Don't look at the door, there's someone there." And we'd just pretend they weren't
Charity
there.
starts at home, not at your home.
No, but because it's all the time. I mean, my mum didn't like answering the door anyway, even if it was the pools man, she'd sort of say, "Don't move," and he might not see that we're here.
So you just froze where a man was at the door,
Well, you just, because the front room was near the door, so people
Right.
could see in.
right?
So you just sort of stayed there and pretend that either you
Well, so
can't hear
like
him.
some sort of predator, like they can't see if you don't move.
Well, even if he was peering in through the window and he could see you in there not moving.
So he looked through, and there was 3 people just frozen, right, like statues, right? Just their eyes looking at him,
Yeah.
and him confused.
Well,
not-
they're clearly dead. I'll move on. There's obviously been a gas leak.
And did you say sitting or stand up, or did you sort of like throw yourself
No,
to
we
the
just,
floor?
we just sat on the where you were, and you just stayed still.
But did he ever look in and see?
I don't know, because you didn't turn around, did you?
So you would pretend you couldn't hear the door?
It seemed to be the 80s. Had a lot of it, because it was all the Avon thing, wasn't it? It was perfume,
Yeah.
Tupperware.
What?
Tupperware.
Tupperware.
Yeah, the plastic boxes.
It's dishes for fat people. Here we go. Oh, these are big. God, they are. They're for fat fuckers like you to eat out of.
Just a lot of charity stuff. Just a lot. It seemed to be the time, the 80s, that they suddenly found out they can sort of scav money off people.
Okay, right. Let's do the scenario. I'm at the door. I can see you in there. You might as well come open the door. Karl, why are you staying so still? Are you trying to avoid me?
It's working.
Karl, your eyes are moving. Can you come to the door, please?
I suppose in the end you've got to move on.
Karl, no, I'm going to stay here. I'm just going to stay here until you have to move. Karl. Okay, and I'll move on then. Right.
It works.
Yeah.
Works
okay.
perfectly.
Because
Brilliant.
once they've got you, that's the whole thing with charity. Once they've stopped you in the street, if you've stopped, that's it.
Keeps on going.
I mean, the good thing now is you've got an iPod, so you can just either pretend you're on the phone or listen to music.
Or just stay very still. Just freeze when someone says, "Can I trouble you?" Oh, he's totally frozen.
That would be amazing, because they're normally in one spot, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's just
So
they're
as soon
carrying
as
on
they
selling,
stop
and,
you,
and
so
you've
that
got
you're
to
just
stay there for the
freezing.
rest of it outside Waitrose for 7 hours.
Yeah, it goes dark. Well, I've finished my shift. I'm off, and then you just see your eyes just see them walk away like that, and they all meet in their little tunics, and then you start walk. They look back, and you freeze, and then they walk on, and then you can go home 7 hours late.
Ever since I was young, I've always liked going in charity shops, particularly because, you know, you can find sort of interesting old records in there. Never sort of gone in there to buy clothes and stuff, but, you know, books, whatever. And I was in a charity shop, you know, and I've patronised them for years, and I noticed out through the window there was like a paparazzi guy, and he was taking pictures of me through the window. That was a bit weird. And obviously the old ladies in there didn't have any idea who I was, so they just thought that was a bit strange. And then it was in one of the magazines, like the kind of celebrity magazines. It was, oh, here's Steve Merchant. You know, despite all the money he must have made from his various projects, he's still going in charity shops. And you just think, but sorry, how is that a bad thing?
Yeah.
I give a lot of stuff to charity. A lot. Most of the time, just because it's nearer than the wheelie bin is. It's just a way of getting rid of garbage most of the time with me. Stick it all in a bin bag, good stuff on the top, the stuff that you're embarrassed about, stick it in the bottom of the bag.
What are you
Run
embarrassed
in,
about?
Just old shoes, trainers,
Some of the books you've written.
socks, underpants.
Socks? Underpants. You do not give underpants to charity.
Washed.
But who's gonna wash? I know, as opposed to just like peeling them off.
Yeah.
Well, you
And
didn't- I don't know why you've got a problem with underpants, but shoes. You see, I'd
Who's
never buy
buying
shoes.
underpants from a charity
Yeah.
shop, though? I mean, I don't care how low you are on the socio-economic level.
I know.
You can get about 14 pairs for £1 in some places.
I know who's buying underpants. I don't know who's buying your underpants. I definitely don't know.
I mean, if they were signed...
yeah.
That is
Fans.
something I like doing though. When I've given to charity, I like going past the shop and seeing if it made it in the window.
Any success?
Yeah, recently the one not far from here had me egg cups in the window. So it's like, oh look,
What, you've got a new set of egg cups, so you've got rid of your old ones?
yeah.
I don't think we've got any egg cups.
Haven't you?
There's nothing wrong. Honestly, it's hardly. I mean, it's made the window space. That's how good it was. It had hardly been used, that egg cup, because it was a doubler, and I think they were quite small for the egg size that I get. I think they were made more for the small egg, and I have the large egg.
Right.
So it was never really
Just
used.
like your underpants.
But a bit of a dilemma that my Auntie Nora had. She likes charity shops as well. She's got a neighbour. Went out to Graceland's, big Elvis fan. came back. She said, how was Graceland? I said, oh, it was brilliant. We've got a gift for you, right? They get out this clock, like a little sort of, it's like a Swiss, you know, the Swiss sort of, looks like a little house, like a cuckoo clock. But on the hour, little Elvis comes out the top and goes, right? So she went, oh, cheers. She's not really into Elvis. She's more into Jim Reeves and Glenn Campbell and stuff. Yeah. But what can you say? She said, oh, thanks for that. She took it in the house.
Maybe they could get attachments. Maybe you get a little Jim Reeves to pop on the spring, and that pops out, or whoever.
So anyway, it's in the house. She's thinking, I'm not going to put that up. It's not her sort of thing. So thinks, give it to charity. Of course. She goes down to the charity shop, gives them that, thinks nothing of it, goes off to the pub for afternoon drink. Anyway, next day she's going out for afternoon drink again. Passes the charity shop. It's in the window.
And the chances are her friends are going to pass by.
That was a dilemma.
Of course.
She had to buy it back.
That's brilliant.
A hugely inflated price. Comic relief here is sort of it happens every other year, and people often do things in their workplace or at school. They can dress up, they can raise money in different fun ways, and we were told in a school assembly, was Comic Relief next Friday, everyone has to come along dressed up in fancy dress to school on that day.
Has to.
Yeah, they said have to dress up.
That's annoying, isn't it?
So of course, I'm looking forward to this because I'm a sort of aspiring comedian and that. Get to dress up like a clown, right? Spent quite a lot of time getting the old clown outfit together.
What did that look like?
The shoes, obviously, I just wore my regular shoes.
Exactly, yeah.
But I had the red nose, a wig,
wow,
the whole deal. Big bow tie that my mum made for me. I thought this would be the best day ever. Right? Get to school. I want you to picture this scene, right? During the assembly in my class of 30. School uniform, school uniform, school uniform, school uniform, school uniform, school uniform. Lanky kid dressed as a clown. School uniform, school uniform, school uniform, school. So obviously no one showed up dressed like an utter dick except me and about two other knobs.
What disappoints me is that for a man who was a self-confessed aspiring comedian, you chose the least funny thing in the world to dress as.
Yeah.
Clowns are anti-comedy. They suck comedy out of the room. It's not...
You're right, and this is from a man who wanted to dress as Hitler at the Golden Globes.
No, that's funny.
He knows funny costumes when he... But you were saying about the guys who bother you in the street. Did I tell you that when I pretended to be foreign to try and get out of that? Did I tell you that story?
Amazing.
I've periodically used this method throughout my life, and... Not so long ago, a guy stopped me with one of those charity tunics, and I sprang into my old trick. I was like, sorry, I don't...
an elderly Russian woman.
I don't know what voice that is, I don't know what accent
it went from vaguely French to sort of Eastern European beggar.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. And the guy, and I was like, I don't... he said, well, just let me explain to you about it. Sorry, I'm not from... and the guy,
this world.
Yeah.
I am from planet Snork.
And the guy said, are you Stephen Merchant?
No.
Sorry.
Not when you were famous.
Oh, yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, because it hadn't occurred to me. It was like a lapse of concentration.
God.
It was a lapse of concentration because,
And did your bow tie spin round and you squirted in water and ran away? That's what I'd have done.
Because, it's one of those things where, you don't always remember that you've been on the... It's not like I instantly remembered that.
Amazing.
So he says, are you Stephen Merchant? And then you're at this position where you've got to go, either you've got to admit what you did, or you've got to carry on the lie. And I chose the second one. So I was kind of like, I don't know who that is. What? I don't know what you're... And he was like, really? You look a lot like him. I was going, I've never heard... I don't...
In fact, you are Stephen Merchant. Freeze.
I'm always getting stopped for... I mean, there's so many charities now. It's not just starving people anymore, it's everything.
Yeah.
One little fault, they're out there with a clipboard.
Yeah, a lot of new diseases have cropped up.
But that shouldn't be allowed. I think they should have, 1 year where they go, this year, hungry people.
Right.
Next year, people with a limp. Or... Just like they do with the China thing, with the Year of the Cat, Year of the Rabbit. It's very clear.
Yeah.
It's that year. That's who we're helping this year.
Right.
If you've got that problem, it's your year. You're going to have a good one.
And who decides?
Just have some meeting. Just have a meeting with
What would be the first
charity.
year? What would be the first year? This year?
Right, well, we'd look at it and we'd go, right, what are we hearing a lot of problems about? And someone goes, so-and-so's hungry. Go, right, are we all in? Are we in to give this lot food? And we're not just going to give
So
them
it's
food.
not everyone who's hungry, it's specific people. So it's like hungry...
Starving, people who are starving. If someone goes, oh, my kid's deaf, well, maybe next year. Maybe next year. It's not your turn this time. We can't help everyone at once. Because that's
Right.
life, isn't it? You've got to give and take in your own life. There's things that I want, I can't have. I do without, have something else
But
that's
there's
more
so many
important.
causes that
But
it
that's
could
what I'm
wait
saying,
20 years
Steve.
before your
Okay.
charity
I know,
comes
but
round.
what can you do then? Because we're not sorting it all out anyway,
I'm paraplegic.
right?
Oh, I need help really bad.
So does everyone else.
Well, why are you giving us the hungry now?
Because
Why's
if
that-
we don't
oh,
help the hungry now,
Right,
they can't wait. You can wait.
right. Oh, God, I'm blind.
Is this a different person now?
Yeah, I'm blind.
Right, well, you're not hungry though, are you?
Well, a bit peckish.
Yeah, well,
Where's the fridge? I can't find the fridge. Can you help me to the fridge?
Yeah.
Otherwise I'll be hungry as well. I'm blind and hungry. I'm blind and hungry because I don't know where the fridge is.
who's let you in?
Karl, this is just a
Just some
chaotic
order.
idea. It's
It's
a
not.
chaotic because people who are hungry, there's always going to be people who are hungry.
Yeah, but I sort the problem out.
How do you sort it out?
Because I'll go, right, not only are we just giving you food,
Right.
we're giving you some seeds. We're giving you a pan.
What,
We're
you
giving
think they haven't
Let
thought
me
of
hear
that?
the theory, please.
Sort it out. Don't just give food. That's going to run out.
Right.
Give them a proper... You see, the problem is, there's companies who jump on the back of all... Do you know when I was in the
Okay.
jungle? When
Right,
I was in the jungle,
yeah.
right? On that travel thing.
Yeah.
I was in that tribe, right? Now, some company had given that tribe a laptop because it makes them look good. They can send out a press release. Well done to so-and-so computers.
Right.
They supplied the tribe in, out to Amazon with a computer. I saw it. They were using it as a breadboard because they don't know what it is. They've got no electric. It's useless to them.
Right.
And that's what charity does.
Right.
Companies use it to make them look good. When I was there and I really needed to go to the toilet, I was thinking, our tribe, I wonder what their toilet facilities are like, right? Thinking it might be better than just doing it in a hole. Surely they've built a toilet. They're not stupid people. They kill animals. They know what they're doing. They know how to cook. Surely they've built some sort of unit. Turns out they don't. They still do it in a hole. But some company had been there, some plumbing firm, and given them a toilet, right? The bloke who, the producer who was out there, he said, oh, you'll be happy. There's a toilet round the back there. I'm thinking, oh, brilliant. I go round there. It is a toilet, but it's not plumbed in.
Sure.
So it's just a vase with shit in it. It doesn't work. And this is what we need to do. We need to get out there and say, this is how it works. Educate them.
Okay, so let's do this then. So I'm a starving African.
Hello, Carl. Have you got any food? Got any food? Got any sandwiches?
Well, I
Starving.
have, but if I
Right.
give you my sandwich,
Yeah.
there's someone else behind you,
Right,
and they'll
okay.
all come out.
So what are you gonna do then? What are you gonna do?
I'm going to help you.
How? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna make you think about how to make food.
Oh, okay, right.
Have you ever grown anything before?
No.
Right, well, here's some seeds for
Oh,
potatoes.
brilliant. Oh, thanks, Carl. See you later. Do I just put them in the ground, yeah?
Put them in the ground and water them.
Oh, there's no water, you dopey cunt.
There is some
No,
water.
there's no water, you dopey cunt. That's why we're starving, you dopey cunt.
Right, well, at that point, that's where I go, well, this is a lost cause here.
Right.
There's no point.
Can I have your
So
sandwich
then-
after all?
No,
or
you're
what?
not having it. You're
right.
not having it now.
So not only can I have a sandwich, you give me seeds with no water, you useless bald-headed fucking twat.
Right, but all I've done there is made the mistake of the computer firm who's given a laptop to a tribe. It's
Right.
useless.
Right.
But there's got to be another way around this.
Go on, then.
Either move,
Right.
because every year they're going to be queuing up saying, I'm hungry, give me a sandwich. No, you're not having another sandwich.
Once again, it's an utterly ill-informed discussion.
I'm just saying, there's no point queuing up every year. Do you want a sandwich? Here's a sandwich.
Carl,
The next year, can I have a sandwich? Where's your brother? He died. It's not sorting anything. It's buying him an extra day, an extra month or something.
But
It's
Karl, the
pointless.
point is, like Ricky's just flagged up, is that some of these countries, the conditions,
He died.
the conditions are not there to just be able to plant potato seeds.
So what are they meant to do then? Do you think we should go out every month, every year with sandwiches? Is that your answer, like some sort of buffet, an all-you-can-eat thing once a year?
Oh, God.
You see, it is bad. I don't want to come across harsh. They've got nothing. We waste stuff here. Waste annoys me just as much.
Right.
When I see sandwich shops chucking stuff out and bin bags binning it,
Yeah.
when there's people out there who are hungry, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I don't understand.
Right.
It's a problem that isn't being solved.
So your conclusion for these people, because there's no water where they are, right, is move. That is your honest. They should move.
Well, what's your solution?
Well, I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs. I don't even pretend to know. But
I tell you, it's not just it's sticking a, what's that saying? I don't know. It's sort of sticking a plaster over a hole or something, and the plaster comes off. It's a problem again.
yeah, that's the saying. Yeah,
It's the same.
I think that was Mark Twain. It's come to our attention that the Allied forces, all around the world, in active service, fighting for their country, even though they're in danger and they're missing their loved ones, they all have one thing in common: the love of one man, the respect of one fellow soldier. He's a civilian, but he's one of them. He is, to some, just a little bald-headed fool. Karl Pilkington. Karl, what do you think? What do you think of this? It's an honour, isn't it, to do this?
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Okay, there's people out there, Karl. They're fighting in Afghanistan, Iraq, all over the globe.
They're in a dark building. They're not breaking radio silence.
Morale often low. There's one man they can turn to cheer them up.
Come on, they want some words of encouragement, some words of wisdom. Something to keep them going. A message to the troops. Come on.
Go, Karl. What is it?
You're like their Winston Churchill.
I don't know what to say to him, really.
Do you know any soldiers?
Well, yeah, my brother was one, wasn't
Yeah, but he got kicked out.
Why did your brother get kicked out of the army?
he? Well, there's a few things. I think you get a few chances. I think the final straw was nipping out for some fags in a tank.
Just think of that. Just think of that. Amazing.
And it's,
Just see that, just a little corner shop, but just like things shaking, dumping off the shelves, and they're going, what is this? What is going on? 20 Rothmans, please.
yeah, there was loads of things. It was that. What else did he do? I think the sergeant wasn't happy that my mum wrote the sergeant a letter trying to get my brother out of going to Northern Ireland.
What did she say? I love this.
What did she say?
Wow.
She wrote a letter. Like, trying to get him out of PE.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
It was all
Let's
like...
not
He's had a
forget-
chesty cough.
Let's not forget, your mum is a person who put Tipp-Ex on a spider so your dad couldn't kill it, so she knew it was the right
so it didn't
spider.
get backed
In
up.
case your dad killed a real spider, then thought, I better replace it. I mean, it's
No, it wasn't just that. It was Tipp-Ex, so that when my dad was vaccing up, or my mum was vaccing up, it stood out. It wasn't like branding a sheep.
Right.
It was there, so it stood out because they used to have like, what's the name? Laminate flooring.
Right.
And my dad changed it to darker carpet, so
Right.
all of a sudden you couldn't see it anymore.
I've never heard anything like this.
I don't remember this story.
no,
she
no.
had a pet spider? What do you mean? It was
Yeah,
just a
yeah,
spider.
Yeah, she kept a spider. They had a spider, but then it became a pet because it was there all the time, as opposed to just getting rid of it straight away. Like, because you didn't clear it away
it's
straight
a
away,
house.
suddenly it's a pet. It's
Yeah, it's a house spider because they live in houses. You make them welcome to get rid of other little bugs and termites and stuff. My brother's left home, I've left home, my sister's gone. It's something for my mum, isn't it? She's got a budgie. There's only so much you can do with that. It's not as free, is it, as a spider? So
right.
she just looks after that one. They
I'm
lived for about
so
8
lonely.
years.
I'm bored of a budgie. Get yourself a spider.
Anyway,
They live in holes.
that's a different thing altogether. She just wrote to the sergeant and said, just sort of, look, I didn't want him to join the army. It was his dad. He didn't get a job. His dad told him, if you don't get a job, you're going to join the army. He ended up joining. He's joined at a bad time. He hasn't had enough practice at this yet. Can you just let him
Surely
off?
that's for
Isn't that
them.
enough practice?
Surely that's for them to decide. Yeah, she's on there going, he can't shoot for toffee.
Yeah.
He was all right about it. The only thing that really annoyed him is my mum started off the letter by saying, hello, Chuck.
Not appropriate.
And he called back though. He did call her and said, "Look, I don't appreciate it being called Chuck and stuff, but I got your note. A lot of mothers are in the same boat."
Sorry, he actually mentioned "Don't call me Chuck."
Yeah. He brought it up because it's all about respect, isn't it? And
Well, she's a civilian.
yeah, but I suppose it's respect still. He's putting his life on the line. Someone's saying, "All right, Chuck."
So he phoned back and he said, presumably, well, I mean, if I was him, I would have, not only would I have sent him to Northern Ireland instantly,
Yeah.
I'd have put him in the most dangerous spot.
Yeah.
I mean, as punishment. To get your mum to write a letter?
No. He didn't ask my mum to do it. She did it off her own back.
He was probably horrified, wasn't he?
Oh, wow.
that. But imagine that. The sergeant major go, "Attention, got a little letter here. Let me read it to you. Hello, Chuck." Just reads it out. And he goes, "Pilkington, come here, you horrible little man." Imagine him reading out in front of the troops.
I remember sort of looking up to him thinking, he's in the army, I want to do that. He used to come home quite a lot, but he used to do me dad's head in because he'd turn up with like a wagon with like a load of his mates in it. Just turn up we didn't have any notice. Just turn up and he'd bring them all in. "Come on," he'd be drinking my dad's whiskey, he'd kick off, my dad saying, "Get out."
Mind the spider.
And
Don't tread on the spider.
yeah, he used to just turn up with like half of F Troop and they'd just take over the house. And my dad used to be on night, so he'd hear all this going on, come down and go, "What's going on? Get out." He's going, "Oh, we've come out, get out." So it'd sort of kick off a bit. I'd see him for a few minutes and then he'd drive off again on the truck.
Not a model soldier, then.
Well, what's a model soldier? I don't know. I mean, I always thought it was good. When I was younger and, he joined, I was like, "Oh, I'm going to do that when I get older." And my dad always said, "You won't be able to cut it." He said, "You can't do it."
Oh.
And I said, "No, I can. Look how good." Because I used to make my bed really neat.
Right. So it's mainly housework you were good at.
Yeah, you're probably better off as a mum.
No. It was like, because it has to be immaculate, doesn't it? They look for no creases and that. And I was a bit paranoid with my bed. Just with the duvet and that. I used to...
Duvets? Do they have duvets?
Well, I don't know, but just making the bed pride in appearance of the bedroom.
Yeah, it's all about discipline.
Once
it's all about,
I made it, no one could sit on it. I used to get all stressed out and feel sick if someone came in and sat on my bed after I'd made it. So "Don't be coming in." And it was annoying because that's where the CB was. So everyone used to come in to have a go on the CB and sit on my bed. They'd be going, "Don't sit on my bed." Made it.
Right.
Why do you used to feel sick?
It was a bit of a thing. I just didn't
OCD,
like it.
a little bit of...
It's like I've gone to the trouble of making it. Why have you just come in and sat on it? I wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, but hold on, though. You do that in the army. Sergeant Major comes in and goes, "Pilkington," and he does it for a laugh. He turns over your bed, he pulls out your locker, he gobs on your shoes, right? He goes, "Start again, you cunt." What are you going to do? Going to be sick? No, you're going to go, "Yes, Sergeant Major, I'm going to start again."
No, I'd say, why did you do that? I'm missing home as it is. I'm stressed out. I'm just trying to make me surroundings as nice as possible.
Teddy's on the floor.
You keep coming in and messing with it. Can you not do that?
Who are you talking to, you little bald cunt?
Maybe my dad's right then, because he said that my dad sort of said the bed making's all right. He said, "But you're not that good with laces."
Wow, did you have to tie your laces?
Well, I just never been that good. I can tie them, but they never sort of stay tied for a long time.
I have never seen him tie his laces. I've realised that.
No.
He always comes in.
Are
Does
they
Suzanne do them for
Is
you?
he a
now?
little mank, one of those little mank trainers where they're all tucked in, where you don't see the laces?
I tend to just get a good knot on them and then just leave them and kick them off, and then they're tied permanent.
So you've got slip-on laced-up shoes, basically.
Yeah, I don't like
But they
laces.
can't be
I
tight
don't understand
enough.
why laces are good anyway when you're in the army, especially with boots. You have boots with like about 60 holes in them. If you're in a rush, if you're in bed, you get out of the bed, you make the bed, the sergeant comes in, rips it apart again. He's going, "There's a war," and you're going, "Stop messing with the bed." And then I'm there trying to put my boots on. You got 60 laces. I don't understand why Velcro hasn't been used. Velcro is ideal for a war situation. You're in bed, woo, siren goes off, you jump out. Why do you want boots with loads of laces?
Well, that's a thought for the...
If there's any top brass listening. How would you cope, Karl, in a war situation? Ignore the mechanics of being a soldier. I'm talking about the fear. I mean, these men and women are brave beyond compare. Constantly under duress.
I was told he had good pain threshold.
By whom?
A woman at that face rub place I went to.
Right.
She, because they ask you when you go in. She said, "What's your pain threshold like?" said, I don't know. I'll avoid it. She was going, yeah, but, you know, would you say you're very, very good, medium, or bad?
I can't imagine you getting hurt much because there's the signals to the brain. You've got, you know, it's dulled, isn't it, with you? So you don't really...
Yeah, but then Suzanne always moans at me when I'm going, oh, God, my wisdom teeth is aching. She's going, oh, shut up.
She's going, you haven't got any wisdom teeth, you dopey cunt.
No, she just always goes, I had it, and I didn't make a fuss, but it's one of them things that you can't get through to people, pain, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they don't know what your pain threshold is. So, like I say, I've got brilliant pain threshold. I'm saying my tooth's hurting. She's saying, oh, shut up. But she doesn't know. I think I've talked about it before about giving someone the pain that you've got. So you go, there, have a feel of that. I'm in agony here.
Yeah, but you've made it up that you've got a high pain threshold. This isn't... This is not scientifically
the woman told me. The woman told me.
Well, does she know?
Because I haven't got to it yet. When I had the face rub, she was sticking electric into my head. And she was going...
What sort of place is this? This wasn't a spa!
No, it was. It's what we do now.
Jesus Christ!
What, she, I don't know, so she just plugged something into the mains?
She plugged something in and rolled it
Did she have an assistant called Igor? Was it in a castle in Bavaria?
She plugged this thing in, rolled it over my head, and said, is that hurting? I was going, no. She went, oh, right. And she said, and then by the end of it, she said, look at that, I had that on full. I said, what is it? She said, it's an electric current. That does something. I was going, really?
That does something. She's a scientist.
And, she said, no, when you fill out that form, just put you really good at pain threshold.
Put you really good at pain. You're going to come again? Well, yeah, 50 quid. I said, let's try it on your testicles next time.
So, you know...
Sorry, how was this? What was this supposed to be achieving?
It was like a face rub.
You've gone in for a facial and she's tested out what your pain threshold
that's what
is.
I said. I said, hang on a minute, what do you mean? It's meant to be relaxing, this.
Yeah.
You didn't normally have whale noises happening.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be me screaming. She said, no, it's just, you know, we have to ask, we have to make sure, because there is a bit of pain. You know, heat. There's heat into these hot cloths.
Bit of thumb screws. Let's get the thumb screws out now.
And plus all that kidney stone pain that I had.
But you just were in agony when you had the kidney stones. I don't remember you having this triumphant pain threshold. You gave up instantly.
Yeah, because you have to get seen. If I go in there and I'm going, I'm in agony, and they're going, you don't look like you're in agony. I'd be at the back of the queue. So you have to go in and go, oh, yeah. And they're going, quick, get him in. So pain threshold is good for yourself, but it's not good for other people.
So you were bullshitting? You didn't feel pain at all?
I was in agony, but I can hold it off. I can sit there and be quiet and have a sweat on. But if you do that in a hospital waiting room, it'll be the little div who's coming with a pan on his head, who's screaming saying his head's throbbing. That's what I'm saying. So to get seen, you have to put it on. It's like a baby crying. There's nothing wrong with it. What's he crying for? He's probably hungry. Well, I'm hungry. I'm not crying. But that's what they use, isn't it, to get attention.
So you're braver than a baby, is what you're saying. You're braver than a baby. That's all we've established here.
In some cases, not in
when
others.
You fill out the form.
Not in others. Sometimes babies are braver. When are babies braver?
You can chuck them in a pool and they don't panic. I'm rubbish.
Sorry, will you leave my baby alone? No, I'm doing an experiment. Mr. Pilkington, will you stop throwing children in the pool?
No, babies.
You're barred from this swimming pool from now on.
I mean babies. It's the same way you can chuck one out of a window and it can land and it won't break its back.
No, that's not true.
Do not do that.
Do not do that.
If you are a maniac
you
listening
cannot
to this...
throw a baby out of a window.
It's just what I
do you hear that? You're thinking of a cat, and don't throw cats out. Don't throw any living thing out of a...
Just what I heard.
You can't throw a baby out of the window and it won't break its back. What are you talking about?
No, it's just there's a certain height. It's all about us tensing up. We tense up, don't we? It's like how once someone who fell out of a plane, they passed out, and because they passed out when they landed, they were relaxed. They woke up, they were like, oh yeah, what happened then?
Someone fell out of a plane. That's bollocks.
It's not, honestly.
How far was the plane?
Oh, high up. It's a plane, isn't it?
Well, what's the lowest height that a plane could be at?
Even if it was at 30 feet, that's a height, isn't it, to fall without...
Yeah, exactly. But if
was the plane just on the runway?
No, it was iron up. It was high up enough.
Is this where you went for the holiday? We're going to high up enough. Fuck me. Can't even talk.
So, yeah, pain threshold. I'm very good at it.
So, would you say you've ever been brave? Because I was thinking, before we did this, I can't think of a time when I've ever been brave. I don't think I've been cowardly. I've just never been in a situation where I needed to be brave, particularly. And I've always managed to avoid fights, conflicts.
Yeah. See, when I was in Salford, I'd nipped to Greg's to get a pasty. I heard some bells going off. I came out. Just thought, I don't know what that is. Went over to the car, sort of thinking, I can't wait to have this pasty when I get home. Cup of tea, nice cup of tea, maybe a bit of bread.
I love the fact that his head was just filled with food as he was buying food and thinking food. When he's eating, I'm thinking, I'm eating food. Just one big globular mess of food cells in his head for the duration of the food experience.
I can remember that food thought going on now, and it was probably like 15 years ago. But I remember how happy I was. I'm out at the Greggs, I've got what I want, I'm on my way home, this pie's hot, it's going to be hot when I get home, it's going to be a nice cup of tea, bread.
These are the things you save, and yet you forget really important facts.
Yeah, he doesn't know why wars are happening, but he does remember this.
Yeah, but listen, this is why I remember it. Like I said, you forgot the bit that I said. A bell going off. I don't know what's going on there. I'm walking over the road, put the key in the car, I turn round, bloke comes running out of the post office, obviously the bell's gone off, he's got a big shotgun, balaclava on, and he stops and looks at me. He's there with a big gun in his hand, and he's looking at me. And I wasn't scared. I just was thinking, does he want me pie? I remember thinking, if he said, I want that, I'd have to give it up.
So a man with a gun.
I told Suzanne, she said, no, he's probably thinking about nicking your car. He's got
What,
his
he
key.
didn't have a car ready? He came,
No,
he
he
had the
liked it.
balaclava, he had the balaclava, the gun, and goes, fuck me, I forgot the car.
In the end, he sort of ran off down the back alley.
I love the fact that he looked over at you for a split second and you thought he might be interested in your
Was
pie.
there other people around? Were you sure this happened and you weren't reading a comic book?
No, it happened.
And so he looked you in the face. He
Yeah,
saw
through his
you.
balaclava, he made eye contact. I looked at him, everything sort of stopped for a minute, and then he just sort of legged it off down the back alley.
And what did you say to the police when you obviously
I didn't, I just went.
Well, you were a witness to the crime.
Have me pie. Like I said, it was warm. It's not going to stay warm forever, is it?
But when it was on Crime Watch a few weeks later,
No,
said
it wasn't. That's what was weird. I said to Suzanne, let's watch like Ground Reports tonight, see if I'm on the telly or anything. Nothing. Didn't even get reported.
Why would you be on the telly if you just ran
Just
away?
didn't say CCTV or something like that. If I was involved in it, they went, this happened today in Salford outside Greggs. Are you this man with the pie? I wanted to make sure I was well out of this one. Because Suzanne sort of said, should you get involved? But you shouldn't get involved because then I'm at threat, I'm at risk, aren't I? Nobody
Well,
was
there you
killed.
are. We're back to bravery again, aren't
Yeah.
Yeah, it is bravery.
Go on then.
Next door but one, there's a fella there. He likes a drink. He came home late one night, banging on the door. Obviously forgot his key. He was trying to kick the door in. I looked out the window and he was out thinking someone's breaking in. Right? I see it's in. I saw all the curtains twitching. He just went back to bed. Now I kept an eye on him. He kicked so hard, he fell back, dropped his curry, landed in the road.
Dropped his curry.
Right.
Oh God! Why didn't he get a pie from Greggs? Because that lands and it's still fine.
So, anyway, he passes out.
Right.
Curry all over the shop.
Yeah.
Head in the road. Cars come down that road.
Yeah.
Sometimes pretty fast.
Yeah,
It's
of
night
course.
time. You can get his head squashed.
Yeah.
Like I said, curtains are still a twitching. No one's a helping. I go out there and I go, you all right? You all right? And he's totally off his head. He's obviously had a right skinful. He's going, where am I? I'm going, you're outside your house, but you've got to get off the road because you're going to get squashed. So he's like, and he could hardly move, so I sort of picked him up, sat him on the pavement, sort of picked up the curry and stuff. Suzanne came out, what's going on? I said, look at him, he's in the right state. Anyway, he's sort of coming round a little bit. In the end, I said, where's your keys? Got him in his house. Job done.
But that's not bravery.
not bravery.
There was no
There's
threat
no-
to
there's
you.
no-
It's just put yourself out of it for 2 minutes.
It is bravery because he's out of his head. He could have thought I was attacking him. He could have swung at me. Now, the good
He's
thing
lying
is...
in the road, unconscious, covered in curry. This is not a threat.
It is a threat. I'm out on the street late at night. Someone could have come around the corner and thought I was mugging him. And then
what'd
they
they do?
attacked me.
Why would they attack you? They take
Because they
back
think, what are you doing? People don't ask questions because you're not allowed to. Like with the sergeant, they chip in straight away. I know what's going on here. No, you don't. You don't know the full story. He's pissed up and his curry all over it. It isn't blood. It's masala. You hear about this all the time, misunderstandings. Now, I helped him. The day after, he remembers, he comes round and he gave me some mincemeat that he had left over.
I love this! Where do you live? This is amazing! Oh my God!
So the thing is, it goes to show that I put myself out. He appreciated it. He said, "You're right. You know, the way Karl's come round here. Oh, I'd had a bit of a week. You know, I'd had a lot to drink. Good on you." Then no one else chipped in. Now it is bravery, kind of, because no one else went out there and helped. You didn't even know about that. It's only because you just asked. It was ages ago. I don't shout about it. I don't want an award. Have a go hero. I don't want any of that.
There's no have a go hero about it.
Did you take the mincemeat?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah. It's better than a award in a way, isn't it?
I told him that. So it depends. I think there's different ways.
mincemeat. I love that. I was saved by a bald man. Slaughter my finest pig, mince the meat, and send it to him.
What about phrases from the war days? What about things like careless talk costs lives? What do you make of that?
Careless talk. I suppose just busy chatting in a trench rather than going out there.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that.
Have another go. Careless talk costs lives. They used to have posters up all over London and other cities.
Careless talk
Costs lives. There was another one. There's another saying that means the saying that might give you a clue. The walls have ears.
Yeah, but that just means don't be slagging someone off, because someone will hear it, pass it on, and then they'll end up fighting their own instead of who they should be fighting.
Well, no, you're almost there, but think about what you mean.
It's not about gossip. It's not about.
Well, in a way it is, but it's
about
very specific gossip.
Much more important, tittle tattle.
Careless whispers.
No, that's George Michael.
Say again. What's the first one again?
Careless talk costs lives.
I don't know, I imagine it being like a...
Don't go shooting your mouth off about things you know about the war effort, because there might be a German spy in the pub, disguised as a barmaid. Oh, you're lovely, Tracy's going, yeah, I'm Karl. What do you know about the war?
That's true, that does happen. I remember my brother being in the army, he had the same thing. He was told not to, because he liked the women and that. He was told, listen...
One of them